Hey guys, Lady Silver Vixen here. I really wanted to say something real quick before we get into the circle casting. With the circle is not only meant for protection, it actually divides you from the mundane world and puts you into the magical world. It's meant to magnify your energy and help you direct it with a better and more focused intent. All the energy and stuff that you raise within the circle during your chants or dancing, drumming, stuff like that you do on your own or in a coven, it all gets captured by your circle. Okay? It's not just protection, it's to magnify energy, it's to separate you from time and space and from the mundane world and keep out general energy distractions. Okay? Please enjoy the circle casting remake. Hey there boys and girls, Lady Silver Vixen here. Today I'm actually remaking my circle casting video. What you're going to need is you're going to need an athame. You're also going to need a copy of general circle casting. You'll learn to memorize everything over time, so it's not that big of a deal when you first start out. If you can't have an athame, you also have the option of using a wand or a butter knife, 2 fingers, 1 finger. This is a wand, this is the athame. For all intents and purposes, I will be using the athame. What you're going to do is you're going to start over in your northeastern quadrant. You're going to find your center, quiet your mind, hold your athame with 2 hands. You're going to direct your energy down through your arms, through the blade, and out, and have it hover just about a half an inch or an inch off the ground. Okay? You can visualize this as an electric blue light or an electric blue mist. Then you're going to slowly walk with your blade at an angle, and where it points is where the electric blue light will land. Make sure that you encompass your altar, and when you come back here, you can stop. You want to make sure that it overlaps, so that way it is a complete and connected circle. One of the other things, too, is that when it comes to summoning the elements, you can do it before you cast the circle, which most outlines that you find will most likely go about that route. The way that I was personally taught and the way that I personally cast a circle is that I set up the boundary first, then summon the elements, which is what you're seeing me do here. Now, for those of you that actually printed out a general circle casting outline, the next thing we're going to do is we're actually going to summon the elements. Now, for the sake of time and the fact that, my family members do actually have things to do about the house, I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible and as sweet as possible while you guys are still able to maintain some understanding of what's going on. You're going to go to the east. You're going to visualize every aspect of east. Alright? If you want, you can draw the elemental pentagrams that I showed you in a previous video. And what you'll do is, if you go that route, you'll bring in that image of east through the middle. Because that does go into more advanced practices, I'm not really going to get into that. So we're going to quiet our minds, quiet our hearts, visualize east and all the components that go with it. We're going to bring that into us. And when we feel the presence, we can go ahead and actually say a little chant. Or you can say the chant and then bring them in. And for this, we're going to use the guardians. Guardians of the East, I call upon you to watch over the rights of divine spirits. Coven. Powers of knowledge and wisdom, guided by air, we ask that you keep watch over us tonight within the circle. Let all who enter the circle under your guidance do so in perfect love and perfect trust. Now, mind you, you'll just say just your name, if you're not actually working in a coven. Or you can just say, watch over me. When you feel like everything's okay in the east, you can step down to the west, down to the south. You don't step west, you step south. And you'll go ahead, you'll quiet your mind, quiet your heart, visualize everything that's representative of the south. Bring that in, and then you can go ahead and say your chant. Guardians of the south, I call upon you to watch over the rites that I am about to partake in. Powers of energy and will, guided by fire, we ask that you keep watch over us tonight within the circle. Let all who enter the circle under your guidance do so in perfect love and perfect trust. When you feel like everything's okay in the south, then you step west. On a quick side note, you can actually lay out candles to represent your actual boundaries. If you do that, use the cardinal directions for those boundaries, and use representative candles for doing so. For the west, do as before, calm the mind, calm the heart, draw in the elements. Guardians of the West, I call upon you to watch over the rites of the ritual that I'm about to partake in. Powers of passion and emotion, guided by water, we ask that you keep watch over us tonight within the circle. Let all who enter the circle under your guidance do so in perfect love and perfect trust. I actually recommend people say these things from the heart. The reason why I'm actually using a guide is not only to show you that it's okay to use a guide, but I usually summon the elements silently. I actually summon the elements through visualization rather than actual verbal speech. So this is a little awkward for me to be doing this verbally, but it's the only way that I know that I can get my point across to those of you who are watching this. When you're done, you're going to go up to the north, which my altar is right here. It's literally right at my hip. You will actually face your back to the altar and tilt your head towards the north. And as before, for the sake of audio here, I'm going to turn around. But as before, we're going to quiet our minds, quiet our hearts, draw in the image of the north, and then we're going to say, Guardians of the North, I call upon you to watch over the rites that I'm about to partake in. Powers of endurance and strength, guided by earth, we ask that you keep watch over us tonight within this circle. Let all who enter the circle under your guidance do so in perfect love and perfect trust. Now, when you're done, you can go ahead and come to the center. You can kneel before your altar, and you can actually invoke deity. But because you guys are still, those of you who are watching this are still beginners, we're not actually going to learn how to invoke deity at this point. All I can tell you is that when you invoke deity, if you so choose to, make sure that you speak from the heart, okay? This is all about speaking from the heart. Before we dismiss our circle, because after you cast your circle and summon the elements, or if you decide to summon deity, you summon deity as well, you can go ahead and do your ritual. You can do spells, whatever you're planning on doing. Personally, every once in a while, I like to just cast a circle just so I can meditate in the space between space. So, what I'm going to show you guys next, we're going to jump forward to the end of our mock ritual here, and we're actually going to release everything, or as I personally call it, dismissing. What you're going to do, you're going to come back to the north, and you're going to release the elements in north. Alright? It doesn't have to be elaborate. It doesn't have to be fancy. It can just be as simple, thank you, elements of the north. We thank you for joining us this evening for our ritual. May you go in peace and kindness, and blessed be, or something along those lines. I'm trying to rattle this off at the top of my head and be quick about this, so bear with me, guys. Then you're going to actually feel that presence of the north leave. Then we're going to go to the west. We're going to do it there. We're going to go to the south. Do it there. and then we're going to come back to the east and do it there. Alright? So, for name's sake, all the 4 elements have now been released and dismissed. What we're going to do to actually get rid of the circle that we actually directed our energy out through with the athame, now the athame is going to reabsorb that energy. Okay? We're going to stand in the northeast quadrant again. 2 hands on the athame, guys. Visualize that blue electric energy coming up to the tip and filling the blade. The energy does not come back into you. If you do let this energy come back into you, feel it go down your body and out through your feet. Okay? We're just going to quiet our minds a little bit, visualize, and then begin absorbing. And as we absorb, we're going to walk counterclockwise, also known as widdershins. Or, as the Karelian tradition says, coughing. And we're going to go all the way back around until we overlap. You have now cast and dismissed the circle. I hope you all enjoyed my little remake. Thank you, YouTube, for allowing longer videos. This is Lady Silver Vixen, guys. I'm signing out.